The day she was born. It was in the delivery room that we knew that there was something wrong.
There's no diagnosis, so we still don't really know what's going on with her. It's sort of a day-to-day thing.
They just did test after test and everything just came back normal. And we spent, I think, the first 2 years trying to find a diagnosis. At that point, when there was no more tests to be done, we just said we're done with testing and we just focused more on having her progress.
The downside to not having a diagnosis is that it doesn't give you any clues as to how to help her. You know, because if we had a diagnosis, then sometimes they can tell you do this or do that and it'll help her along. But, you know, the positive side to that is that her potential is unlimited.
The two of you really pushed for Meeting Street.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
So what was that like then, trying to you know, get Emma in here and knowing that this was the place for her?
Well, we owe a lot to Pam Thayer, who also works here, and she was Emma's early intervention physical therapist. We had heard about the school, but we didn't really know what it was about until we met her. And she clicked with Emma, she clicked with us, and because of her, we started outpatient swim therapy and speech therapy here. We just loved it. We loved coming here, the people, it's welcoming.
You know, we felt so good to know that this is where she's going to be.
Emma's parents had a pretty good understanding of who Emma was and things like that. Obviously, a diagnosis doesn't necessarily define a child, but it is helpful as a guideline.
Now, take us through what you've seen from Emma when she walked in the door that first day to now. I'm sure her progress has just been tremendous.
The biggest most obvious sign is her walking independently now. I mean, before she started, she could hold on to furniture and that would be it, but she's walking on her own.
She's found so many things that she's interested in, not to mention being able to interact with the kids, and she's using a switch to communicate, and she's come so far.
She's interacting with kids that not only have special needs, but are without special needs too. Is that important for her growth and her progress?
I think Meeting Street allows her the opportunity to be able to explore both sides of the fence and be able to interact with all different types of kids. It gives her the opportunity to learn from peer models, but also be with just any population. I think all the kids benefit from learning in that environment.
The inclusion piece is just the biggest part to all of this. It's great. We see her interact with children of all abilities. We hear stories of other just kids coming up, grabbing her hand, helping her walk, and reading her stories.
You know, we were concerned that she'd be left behind, but you know, the inclusive atmosphere here allows her to interact with kids of all abilities. So not only is she not left out, but she belongs here.
You can see a difference in her, and she loves it. She's happy. If she leaves here, Mike picks her up, and she's smiling on the way home, and it's a big difference.